Donald Trump was being interviewed about the coronavirus deaths, and he came prepared, not mentally or with a plan, but with paper.
The figure I look at is death. And death is going up now.
Okay,
and it's 1,000 a day.
If you look at death...
Yeah, it's going
let's
up again.
Let's look.
Daily death.
Take a look at some of these charts.
I'd love to.
We're going to look.
Let's look.
And if you look at death...
Yeah. It's started to go up
here's
again.
one. Well, right here, the United States is lowest in numerous categories. We're lower than the world.
Lower than the world?
Lower than
What is that?
Europe.
In what?
Look.
In what?
Take a look. Right here. Here's case death.
Oh, you're doing death as a proportion of cases. I'm talking about death as a proportion of population. That's where the US is really bad. Much worse than South Korea, Germany, etc.
You can't do that. You have
Why
to go.
can't I do that?
You have to go by where. Look, here is the United States. You have to go by the cases. The cases.
Why
are
not
dead.
as a proportion of
When we have
population?
somebody. What it says is when you have somebody that has where there's a case.
Oh, okay.
The people that live from those cases.
It's surely a relevant statistic to say if the US has X population and X percentage of death of that population versus South Korea.
No, because you have to go by the cases.
Well, look at South Korea, for example. 51 million population, 300 deaths. It's like, it's crazy
you don't
compared to...
know that.
I do. It's
You
on the...
don't know that.
You think they're faking their statistics, South Korea?
I won't get
advanced
into
country?
that because I have a very good relationship with the country, but you don't know.
He is asserting there without saying
Just a minute,
that South
John.
Korea...
Just a minute.
Wait, but what's on those? Are there
Hold on,
charts?
take a look at this. Who handles papers like that?
Somebody who hates things written down, who hates information, is deeply suspicious of it. I trust you with that material more. Yeah, he's implying that South Korea has hidden hundreds of thousands of deaths. He's implying that it's worse. Yeah, him bringing out those papers, it's like, do you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Okay, do you know the classic scene with Charlie, and he's got the his big chart, the Pepe Sylvia thing, where he's got lines drawn and he's trying to figure something out. Maybe you don't. It's like
I haven't seen that part, but beautiful mind strings everywhere.
Exactly. It's like, what if you didn't know anything about science, the scientific method, how to investigate hypotheses, but you wanted to look like you did, and so you got some of the props, but you don't know it, and you're deeply suspicious of it, so you just got some charts printed out with big fat bars, and you don't even know what it says. You wouldn't actually... You'd be able to fool other idiots with that, but you wouldn't be able to fool intelligent people. And that is what we're seeing in this interview.
And Jonathan is that smartass from high school that was like, oh, you're doing this. I'm talking about this. And then you're like, oh, owned. Mm-hmm. He owned him right there. I feel like Jonathan was trying his best to not be an a-hole, but it was sort of necessary. It was because Trump was just talking out of his hoo-ha.
Yeah. He's doing... Because he wants to get another interview, but and that's not, like, usually I say that to be like, they're going super soft. He's not going super soft, but he is doing the voice of like, but no, you need to, like, come on. Like, he's trying to, like you would do to a puppy. He's doing puppy voice to Trump there. And I guess he has to, because Trump apparently seems to like Jonathan Swan, but Jonathan Swan is asking tough enough questions, for the American context. Yeah. So I guess it's a good strategy.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job considering who he is. Mm-hmm. So I thought he did ask some important questions. I just feel like when you aren't good at math, being someone who's terrible at math, don't start acting like you could go head to head with somebody who's probably a genius in Jonathan's level comparison wise. Why would you try to debate about statistics? It doesn't make any sense. And then why say that you can't measure deaths by population rate? Why can't you do that? Why is that not? Because it makes me look bad.
You can't.
We need this. We can only use the statistics that make me look good.
I have a book. It's in this book. You can't do that. It's in the book.
There's a whole lot of people that say you can't do that.
Yeah. And so, look, here's the thing. So we often say that we have done worse than other countries, which, when I say it, I can't speak for everyone, is supposed to light a fire under people to want our government to do better. Okay, that's what it means. What it doesn't mean is, if we were doing exactly what we're doing right now, but other countries were doing worse, that I'd be satisfied. But all of what he just said implies, I just need to trick you into thinking that other people have it worse, and then what we've got will be okay. No. 1,000 people dying a day will never be okay. I don't care if we're the last country on Earth. Okay, and everyone else is wiped out. It's unacceptable. And it's particularly unacceptable when I'm watching you throw papers around and talk about bleach, and that's how you've spent 5 months. That's what makes it unacceptable. 1,000 people a day is not acceptable. I don't care what stupid chart you try to show me.
Acceptable. And I have never seen a president speak like this about such a grave situation. You mentioned George W. the other day. Like, who would have known we'd be longing for that sort of professionalism and leadership?
Yeah.
I mean,
in terms of rhetorical style, I guess, yes. Yeah, absolute disaster. It caused deaths of hundreds of thousands. But yeah, he pretended to have empathy. Trump just doesn't have it in him. He cannot pretend to care about this. He said at one point in that quote, "One death is a tragedy," I think were his exact words. I got nothing off of that. No emotion. It's a line. And I guess him giving the line is better than nothing, but it's not the same as actual empathy.
Well, the numbers that Dr. Fauci and Dr. Why I just went, what's her last name? Burks. I went blank on her name. The numbers of the 2.2 million that they gave him in the beginning was meant to really like kind of sober him up. But now he's holding on to that number like, I didn't reach that, so I did pretty good. He is a D- student that celebrates not getting an F. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hypothetically, I could have gotten 0 points. So look at me now. Yeah.
Put it on the fridge. D-. Put it on the fridge.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.